All right, so the first thing I wanted to say is Vancouver is still undefeated. So they've still won 6 straight games, and they haven't lost since December 4th, I believe. Because I think they started the winning streak on December 6th. So they still haven't lost a game since December 4th, which is just about a month. So just wanted to start it off there. So Brayden Point's back, obviously. 2 goals and an assist last night. They beat Montreal 5-4 in overtime, which was a much harder game than it really should have been, at least score-wise. I mean, Montreal was up 4-3 in that game with about a minute left, and Tampa Bay finally scored, and then they scored, 53 seconds or something like that in overtime. I can't remember. So they went 5-4 in overtime. But it was a crazy day yesterday. San Jose and Arizona had the highest offensive, highest scoring game of the season, 8-7. San Jose wins in a shootout, and every forward on San Jose scored at least a point in the game, every single one. The only problem with that, obviously, was that Arizona scored seven goals on James Reimer, of course, who, as I've said, multiple times on Twitter and even in previous YouTube videos, is having an incredible season. But he had, 39 saves on 46 shots, I believe it was, giving up 7 goals, obviously, to Arizona, of all teams. If you're going to do it, could you at least do it against, Edmonton or Colorado or Washington or, somebody like that, but Arizona, really? So it was a crazy day. Only, 3 games last night. But it was a crazy, crazy day. So, yeah, at least Brayden Point's back. So I'm super psyched about that. Obviously, I got him on my team, but I'm super psyched that he's finally back. Tampa Bay, even though that was obviously a game they could have lost and probably should have lost, they're just looking like more of a juggernaut than ever. And they don't even have one of their best players still. So, that's kind of crazy. One of the interesting games today will be Edmonton and St. Louis. Jordan Binnington looks like he's going to get the start. But St. Louis is getting 3 of their players back: Robert Thomas, David Perron, and Jordan Kyrou. I'm probably butchering all those names, but I'll get better as the season goes along, hopefully. But what's interesting about the 3 of them, they've combined for 47 assists, I think it was. I wrote the stat on Twitter. I think it's 47 assists and 65 points between the 3 of them. So obviously those are, 3 big-time players are getting back. So it should be an interesting contest against Edmonton, which we all know Edmonton can score. What's cool about Edmonton, though, is they're getting Mike Smith back tonight. So he'll be in goal tonight. So we'll see what the situation is as far as who gets the backup role, whether it's Mikko Koskinen or who knows. It might not be him. Who's the third goal? Is it Skinner? That's the third goaltender? I forget exactly who the third goaltender is. But anyways, and if I'm getting that wrong, I apologize, but I can't remember off the top of my head now. But Koskinen has not looked great in his last few games. He really hasn't. And, he gave up the starting job last year. He looked good in the beginning of the year. This year, obviously with Smith out, he's racked up a lot of wins, but lately he's just, not getting the job done. Now, I don't even want to say he's not getting the job done, because they did have that 6-game losing streak, and you can't blame it all on the goalie, especially when their offense was lacking the way it was. But, his save percentage, his goals against has not been what it probably should be in order for them to, steal a few games even when the offense isn't clicking on all cylinders. So we'll see if Koskinen is in a backup role, and we'll see if Smith can stay healthy, and, how many games he plays throughout the season, whether it's just like an every other type of situation, which I know a lot of teams do, or he's going to play most of the games except maybe, you know, the back-to-back games, something like that. But he's available in 33% of ESPN leagues. Mike Smith is. So that should be an interesting situation to kind of keep an eye on. And speaking of St. Louis, Jordan Kyrou is available in about just a shade under 50% of ESPN leagues. And he's having a great season. So, I mean, that's somebody you're going to want to take a look at too. And, you know, Robert Thomas is also available in some leagues, and so is Perrin. And Perrin's got, I think it's Perrin. Let me just double check that really quick. I know all three of them have just had really good seasons. And all three players are super important to that team. And all three players are available. Maybe not in every league, but certainly you're probably going to be able to grab one or two in your league. So if you need some depth, especially, you know, passing depth, getting your assists, they might be a good option. Yeah, Perrin is available in about 20% of ESPN leagues. 7 goals and 11 assists in 20 games. 18 points in 20 games. So, you know, if you need depth, again, these are some guys that, you know, you might want to take a look at. Robert Thomas is available in 88% of ESPN leagues. 88%. And he's only got 2 goals, but he's got 20 assists in 24 games. So again, he's coming back. We'll see how he plays. We'll see if he can stay healthy. But that's another guy, you know, for depth. Again, add to your watch list, add him to your bench. But, you know, for some depth, I mean, I think he's a really good option. So yeah, should be, like I said, should be a good slate of games tonight. I know there's a few games that are postponed, but I'm taping this a little late. It's about 7:30-ish, and I see Washington is up against Nashville 1-0, and New Jersey is up 1-0 against Buffalo. The Florida-New York Rangers game is tied at 0, but, you know, it's only 10 minutes gone by in that game. But Jack Hughes already has a power play assist. Ovechkin has another assist. It's an insane year that Alex Ovechkin is having right now. So yeah, the Boston games are obviously postponed. And if you didn't remember what I said in the beginning, the Canucks are still undefeated since December 6th. Okay, just let that sink in for a moment. And if they win tonight, I forget their schedule if they're playing again before the new year. But how crazy would it be to essentially go a month without losing a game for Canucks fans? I understand, you know, like I know there was a little postponement there. You know, they went on hiatus, but hey, it's still almost a month. So congrats to Canucks fans. 6-0, pretty amazing start to Bruce Boudreau's coaching career in Vancouver. We'll see if it can continue. I hope it does. I'm rooting for you guys. And yeah, so I think that's about it. I'll wrap it up there. Thanks for checking out the video, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, guys.